Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. Again, this is Mr. D, your business coach, entrepreneurship trainer, and the Mr. Automator. So today, I'm so blessed to be having somebody that I met at another big event. And yeah, it was kind of like he was cool. By the time I literally went to speak to him, yeah, he never looked at the gap because on that time I was wearing a jersey. I was actually at work, at that time. So I'm so honored and so grateful to be having the one and only Mr. Matthew Clock. I'm gonna call him Matt. Yeah, who is the Mr. Rainmaker. He makes the rain come down in the business. Yeah, so welcome, Matt. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much. I can't wait. I kind of like forgot my umbrella. Today we are going to be class.
I love it, man. I love it. And you know what's so funny is that, a couple of years ago, I was actually known as the automation guy, right? So when you said Mr. Automator, I was like, yep, I had that title a couple of years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, so you are now the retired automator.
Now I'm the Rainmaker. We play a bigger game, Rainmaker.
That's great. So let's make this rain come down. Eh?
Let's do it.
Yeah, great. So tell me, who is Matt? Who is Matt? Who is this guy?
Yeah, what part do you want to know? I mean, the business side, the fun side, the personal side. Where do you want to start?
You can unpack it all.
We're going to be here for a while, but
yes, yeah.
In a nutshell, so I'm really somebody who loves I like to enjoy life. I like to live life to the fullest. And for me, business needs to support my lifestyle, not the other way around. Right. And so everything that I do in business, everything that I do in life is, for enjoyment because I love it. Wow. Right. I don't want to work hard for the sake of working hard, just for the sake of making money. But I want things to create a lifestyle that I truly love, where I have, money, wealth, and freedom. Wow. It's not just about one of them, but about all of them. And I think with that in mind, we've been able to build a pretty cool business over the past couple of years, and we've been able to help a lot of people. In fact, we're looking at the numbers the other day that we've helped over 1,500 entrepreneurs in 23 countries. And, that's something special, man. When people now, even during lockdown, as an example, where we've seen clients double, triple, quadruple their businesses, make ridiculous amounts of money, change their lives. And, that's the kind of thing that drives me. That's the kind of thing that fulfills me. So that's like on the work side of things. And then, on the personal side of things, I enjoy like just getting out into the wild, getting out into like a bit, anything like got a bit of adrenaline, shooting guns, jumping out of airplanes, riding motorbikes, you name it, man. That's my kind of vibe.
The crazy party.
I love it. And my wife's just as crazy as me, which is cool.
I love it. As they say, changing lives. It's actually the fuel. It's actually the energy that keeps people like you and me in the game each and every day. It's not all about the money at the end of the day. It's all about changing the life and getting those messages coming and saying, thank you so much, Matt, for changing my life, for changing my business. Yeah. You feel like, wow, I'm so blessed. I'm full, something like that. Oh, wow. That's great. And also you touched another very important thing that you love living life. There are so many people who say, there's no normal life for people like us, for entrepreneurs, because you've got this image that you need to keep. You have got this that you need to keep private, Yeah, so something like that. But you need to have a full life that is the whole cycle. Wow, that's so amazing. So tell me something. How did this rainmaker came into existence?
Yeah, absolutely. It was so interesting because I actually started out helping people automate their businesses when I went online. as we were chatting the other day, I mean, I started out using Infusionsoft. But before that, I mean, my background is not in online marketing. My background is not in systems and technology. In fact, my background is in door-to-door sales, right? I did door-to-door sales for 8 years, and that's how I made my money. That's how I, got the skills that I've got today. Learned how to build sales teams, learned how to sell, learned how to have, the mental toughness and the mental strength needed for business. And it's really served me well. And, it kind of got to a stage for me whereby I was looking at what I was doing and I realized that I wanted something different. I wanted to create a business, and we were doing well. I mean, I had 60 staff members. Myself and my 2 business partners had 60 staff members. We were doing 9 figures in revenue per year. We did really, really well, but I wanted something different. And what I wanted was to have this, laptop lifestyle, to be able to travel the world, to earn money while you sleep, to earn in multiple currencies. And, I heard the best way to do that is online.
Yes.
And, how it actually happened was I started going to a lot of these like wealth building seminars, like, a couple of years ago when when Success Resources first started bringing people out from like America. Mm-hmm. And I saw all these speakers and they were kind of like living that lifestyle that I wanted to live. And what I was doing is I was listening to what they were saying, but I was also watching what they were doing. And I realized at the time they were all using this little program called Infusionsoft.
Yeah.
And so I started diving into that and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing ever. There's a system, there's a tool that can do what I used to have people doing, but then the tool doesn't get sick, it doesn't get pregnant, it doesn't lose its phone, take time off, not show up to work, I was like, this thing's amazing. And it's a fraction of the cost every time. And it's a fraction of the cost,
Yeah.
So I started diving into that. And I had to teach myself how to, use the computer again. And, because I didn't use the computer for 8 years. And what happened is that we started helping people automate their businesses. Mm-hmm. And then it got to a stage whereby we helped them automate their businesses, but now they need one big thing: leads.
Yeah.
We need to pump leads into the system. Otherwise, all this automation means nothing.
Yeah.
And because I'm not technical, I mean, we went down the route of running Facebook ads. And I tell you what, man, it was tough. And we had to learn a lot. And then we had to build, it wasn't just Facebook ads. Then we realized you have to have a funnel in the back end, and you got to learn that you have to have a website and landing pages and sales pages and, merchant accounts and all this other stuff to actually make it work. And it's very difficult to do it by yourself. You need a team, right? And not just any team, you need a good team, because you can have all the technology working, but then you need the right copy, right, to go into it. And if you're not a copywriter, which most business owners aren't, it's a very difficult skill. So then once we did that, then I heard funnels is the way to go. Then we're like, okay, cool, let's try ClickFunnels out. No, didn't get any results. Still need to drive traffic. Then it's Google, then it's YouTube. And nothing was working, right? Nothing was giving us the results that we wanted. And then even on Facebook, when we finally got it working, they shut our account down. Okay. Then we got it back up and running, started going again. They shut us down again. Same thing again. They shut us down. They banned us personally. And, now I'm just banned. I can't advertise anymore on Facebook. So I decided that's not the route that we needed to go. And I chatted to a friend of mine in Australia, and she said, dude, you've got to check out LinkedIn, right? Here's a couple of things that are happening. Go and check it out. And we went and checked it out. And what I realized as I started going into this was that I started connecting with people, having conversations, and I could actually take my skills of door-to-door sales and apply it online. Because here's what happened. I was virtually knocking doors every single day. But the best part is that I could specifically target. So if I wanted to speak to owners of accounting firms that had, more than 10 people on their staff, I could specifically target those people.
Yeah.
Which means that I didn't have to go through a gatekeeper. My focus could be, my time could be really, really focused. And I could just talk to the person that I wanted to do, because that's the number one thing that I wanted to do, was just talk to more of my ideal clients, right? Because I know if I'm talking to more of my ideal clients, if I get in front of them and it's a good fit, chances are they're going to become a customer. And so, when I started figuring this out, we were knocking 20 doors a day, up to 60 doors a day. And we started getting leads, and those leads turned into appointments. Those appointments turned into sales. And honestly, it was like the easiest work I'd done. And it took like an hour a day. And I kind of just sat there and figured, well, if I'm doing this and this is what's happening with me, right? I'm pretty sure there's some other people that need to know how to do this as well.
Yeah.
And that's when we started helping people. We started helping people that came in from, all kinds of entrepreneurs. And then we just started getting more and more focused about who we were working with.
Wow.
And so, we went all in. We actually stopped doing all of the Infusionsoft and automation work about 2.5 years ago. Went all in on LinkedIn as a lead generation source. And yeah, we've been able to help over 1,500 clients in 23 countries in the past 2 years.
Wow. And wow, this story is so amazing because I also started in the network marketing, doing similar like door to door, but then we used to be in the street giving out flyers, recruiting people, recruiting people. But that was the most important part of my life as well, because I had to learn different personalities of people as well, and knowing how to and just changing that and put it online. Wow, that's so amazing. And I just remember on one of your talks, you spoke about the power of having what can I say, a well-established niche, because you said before you started to do this big event, you targeted, say, we want this type of group of people, doing this and this, doing that and that. Why is that so important? Why is clarity on your target market important? Before we go to other things, why is it so important?
Yeah, that's a great question. So let me ask you this, right? If you hurt your back, right? Who do you go and see?
Sorry?
If you hurt your back,
yeah,
who do you go and see?
I go to the doctor.
What kind of doctor?
The bone doctor.
The bone doctor.
Yeah.
The chiropractor, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Or the physiotherapist.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So why not the GP?
Because they are not specialized in that.
There's your answer. Most people are trying to be the generalist, okay, when their clients are looking for a specialist.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So if you don't have your ideal client laser targeted and you don't choose one ideal client and focus on solving one big problem, how are they going to know how to work with you?
Yes, yeah.
Right? And this is the biggest thing that we see with businesses today, is they're taking a shotgun approach, right? They're throwing spaghetti against the wall and hoping that something is going to stick. Okay. But then what they do is, when something does stick, instead of just going with that thing that sticks all the time, they keep throwing spaghetti against the wall, right? Wow. Hoping that just more is going to stick and they can just pick one out as and when they need it. But here's the thing. When you get laser focused on your ideal client, you can then get a deep understanding of who they are. What are their big pain points? What are their frustrations? What are their fears, the things that are keeping them up at night? What are their goals and desires, their dreams and aspirations? And when you understand this, because everyone is different, right? So you can't use entrepreneurs as a target market, because there are different entrepreneurs at different stages. Some people are just starting out. Some people are growing. Some people are already successful, and they've got different problems and different things that they're focusing on that are keeping them up at night. Okay. Same thing in different industries, right? Same thing in different job titles and different positions. A CEO has got very different problems than the HR director.
Yeah.
Okay. So the more specific you are, the deeper you can go with your ideal client. And when you go deep with them, it'll allow you to create a compelling message to take to market, which means that people will know how to work with you before they talk to you, which means that you now become seen as the expert, as the chiropractor, the specialist versus the generalist.
Wow.
So if you think about it like this, right? You go to the GP if you've got flu and you're coughing and you're sneezing and you want to figure out what's wrong, right? If you know what's wrong, you don't go to the GP. You go straight to the specialist.
Yeah, yeah, and also the GP is cheaper than the specialist, and I'm sure it must actually tell you more as well, just by the pricing as well. Like if you are just a general somebody, you also price your things on the general pricing. Yeah, but when
That's
you
exactly what happens.
yeah, oh wow, that's so amazing. So how can a growing business start to also utilizing this LinkedIn and other social media platforms?
Beautiful. Yeah. And here's the thing is that, you know, I look at LinkedIn not as a social media platform. Okay. Because what does social media mean, right? It's there for people to be social.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, you look at Facebook, you know, people aren't there doing business most of the time. They're there showing friends of their kids, of their family, of their dogs and their cats and their travels and connecting with friends and family, right? Whereas LinkedIn is a professional network.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The mindset when people are on there is to do business. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what happens is that if you want to get onto LinkedIn, if you want to use it, you got to remember that this is a tool.
Yeah.
Okay. And like any tool, you need to know how to use it, right? There's a strategy that you can use to get the best out of this tool, right? So I'll take you through some of my process of the Rainmaker system so that people can understand the steps that are needed in order to make the best out of this.
Great.
Because LinkedIn is going to allow you to leverage what you've got to reach a specific audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is you've got to get clear on the ideal client. We've established that and why that's important. The second thing is we've got to create what's called a pickup line. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the message that tells people how to work with you before they even talk to you.
Okay.
There's a couple of things that you need in this.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have your ideal client clearly defined. You need to show them what measurable results they can get in a fixed time frame through a system or methodology by working with you. Let me give you an example. Mm-hmm. Because this is the first thing that people see on your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
Most people have got CEO or founder, or if they're an author, a speaker, or a coach, they'll put that in there in their headline. But that doesn't tell me anything, right? So what I've got in mind, and we're focusing at the moment on coaches, consultants, and advisors on LinkedIn, is I help coaches, consultants, and advisors get 2 to 5 high-value leads per day from LinkedIn through the Rainmaker lead system.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Do you see how clear that is?
Yeah, it's clear, it's summarized. Yeah.
And you know how to work with me. If you're a coach, consultant, or advisor, and you're coming to look at that, you're going to know exactly how to work with me.
Wow.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. So then you've got to position your profile and set your profile up for conversions. And you've got to take it from an egocentric profile to a client-centric sales page. Now, most people's profiles are written as a CV, right? Like they're trying to get a job.
Yeah.
They're talking about their skill sets, about what they do in their business, about what their product or service are. No one cares, right? Here's the harsh reality. No one cares about you or your business.
Yeah.
The only thing they care about is what's in it for me.
Yes. Yeah.
So your profile needs to reflect that. You need to make it all about them. What are their big pain points, their big problems? What's keeping them up at night? How can you help them go from where they are right now to where they ultimately want to be? And have you got a system or methodology that can take them through that? Everything needs to demonstrate how you take them away from their pain towards their pleasure. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's all about them. So, you know, once you got that right, then you want to build up your authority and your credibility. Then, you know, start having direct outreach, because now you're set up for conversions. You want to have direct outreach. And by the way, there's 10 things that you need to do on the LinkedIn profile to get it set up for conversions. We're obviously not going to cover all of that now, but you know, you want to have each point set up and done, right?
Yeah.
Then you want to reach out and have direct conversation with people, you know, engage in conversations, build up relationships, and then write content, because content gives you leverage, right? Wow. Then step number 7 is to focus on your ideal client. I mean, not your ideal client, your irresistible offer. Then putting a solid follow-up process in place, and then automate.
Okay. Wow. So when it comes to LinkedIn content, right? You said here it's best if you are to put a customer-centric content. That is great. So are you just gonna give out the content, let's say, like tips and hacks or what? Are you just gonna give out those things, or you need also to give as well, like testimonials as well on LinkedIn, and yeah, sort of stuff, yeah.
So you want to mix it up, right? You really want to mix it up. Okay. Here's how it works is that, LinkedIn loves content and they love native content. So you need to be putting, videos, images, and written words, and also a combination of them.
Yeah.
So here's what, when you start going on this journey of writing content, you want to focus on the things that your ideal clients care about the most. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't have your ideal client clearly defined and know who they are as people, it's going to be very difficult to do this.
Oh yeah.
And the big mistake that I see with most people that we work with and most entrepreneurs, and this is the things that we fix, right, is that their content is too general.
Yeah, yeah.
It's way too broad. It's way too general. They're writing about things that they care about, that they think their ideal clients care about, but they don't know that they care about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason they don't know that they care about it is because they haven't gone and done their market research. And they're shooting with a shotgun instead of going in with a sniper rifle. Right. So, they're not being the expert for their ideal client. So, you want to be focusing on tips and strategies. You want to be doing case studies and testimonials. You want to be doing value posts. You want to have call to actions in there as well. You want to have engagement posts. So there's a lot of different things that you can be doing there in your content, but it all needs to be focused around your ideal client.
Wow. On LinkedIn and also on Facebook, I've had people who actually connect with me, and the first thing that they do, or the first message that they actually send me, is not a thank you for connecting with me. It's an offer that they, without even knowing me. What's your advice about starting conversations with people online?
So remember, you're set up for conversions now, and people can now see how to work with you before they even talk to you.
Yeah.
So if they're connecting with you, then it is obviously for a reason.
Okay.
Right. So, and particularly on LinkedIn, you want to be reaching out directly to people. Sorry, give me 1 second. 1 second. Sorry.
Great. Yeah. So Mr. Matt has been sharing with us everything about the LinkedIn. So I hope you are enjoying this, and he's going to give us an offer, a free gift that is going to give out, that you can literally sign up and attend his seminar as well for free. And keep on checking us on the links that are below, and click the benefit, download all of the downloadables, attend all of the videos that are going to help you in growing your own business, both offline and and online. And reach out to me, inbox us, and we will take it from there. Thank you so much. So we are just waiting for Mr. Matt to be back, as he will be able to explain to us the final segments and the final points of the presentation of what he does in the Rainmaker. I hope you are really enjoying this. Then just to touch on some of the points that he have given out, he said you must have a clear a tagline or a selling line, right? It must be specific. It must be clear. It must actually tell your clients or whoever is going to view your profile that this person is going to help me with this and this and this and this and this. And you literally need to focus more and more on your client, not on you at all. So it's all about your client. It's all about benefiting your client, letting them know and understand what is it exactly that they are going to benefit from you. And he also mentioned that LinkedIn is not a social media platform. It's actually a business platform, a professional platform. where people go to look for your business. Yeah, so you really need to make sure that you are utilizing it well. Okay, thank you so much. It seems like you're there. So I was just doing the recap of what we've been discussing. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. And
apologies about that.
Not a problem. Yeah. So just some of the points there. So let's say I've got my LinkedIn the way it is. I don't know how good it is or whatsoever. And now I want to make it a bit professional.
Yes.
Yeah, let's say I've been posting general content on LinkedIn and not being active as possible. So what can I do right now? What must I do now so that I can actually turn it into be a better profile for me?
Perfect. So a couple of things that you can do right now is, number one, make sure that you've got a professional image on. So, people who've got a professional photo and then have a banner, right? A banner that brands you, that actually shows people, what you do and positions you as an expert. And then put your pickup line in. So what we see is that, and these are some stats from LinkedIn, is that people with a professional image and a banner and a pickup line see up to 30 times more views and 21 times more messages. Oh. Okay. So already that's going to start getting you more reach. Because that's the thing, is that if you see, when you connect with people, the first thing that's there is their banner, their profile picture, and their headline. So start with that, get that right. Then you go to the about section. Then you go to putting in case studies and testimonials into the rest of the profile. But if you get those three right, where you can show people how they can work with you before they talk to you, that's going to take you 10 times further, right?
Yeah. Wow. So right now, the main three key points is your profile picture with the banner. It must be professional profile picture with a banner of what you do. Yep. And that the
pickup line.
The pickup line, right? Yeah, and then that's it. Yeah, and then that's why now you can now put the content and the testimonial and the thing. Wow, that's so amazing. So tell me something here. So I suggest these are your last three advice that I can also give. But what about to somebody who say, but I don't know LinkedIn? It's when I go there on LinkedIn, I feel so small because it looks like everybody that is there it's a bit big, so what can I do? What can I do? Something like that. What's your advice to somebody who is literally starting or who is actually moving to LinkedIn? Apart from make sure that their profile is fine, their pickup line is fine, and sort of stuff. Yeah. Or what are other advice that they can also do to jump there?
It's so interesting. Most of the people that we work with, it doesn't matter, where they are in business right now, whether they're starting out, whether they're starting over, or whether they're already successful and they're looking for a new avenue to bring leads in. Okay. Most people start at the same place where they've got a LinkedIn profile, they've connected with friends and family and done nothing with it since then.
Yeah.
Okay. So the big thing is when you get those three things right, okay, then you want to go and start building up your network, building up your connections, and putting out content that your ideal clients actually care about. Okay. That's what's going to get you going. But, you've got to treat it like a network. So, you think about if you go to a networking event, right? And I think most people, that's kind of, before lockdown happened, that was a big strategy for a lot of people on how they get leads, how they get clients, and how they kind of grow their business. Mm-hmm. And if you think about how you interact at a networking event, you don't just go out there and hand out cards to everybody and hope for business.
Yes, yeah.
Right? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. What you do is you go and you talk to a few key people, you network, you get to know them, you start building the relationships, you meet up with them online, you meet up with them, for a cup of coffee or whatever it is, and you build that relationship. And so when you're going in, and I want to be very clear on this, the most successful method of generating leads and generating business from LinkedIn is not to try go in and spam everybody.
Oh, yes.
It's to go in with the mindset that I'm here to start conversations, to open up conversations and build up relationships.
Yeah.
Because you need to go in, if you're selling, I don't know, lip ice, right? One lip ice at a time, this is not going to be a good fit for you. Your mindset on LinkedIn is that you need to be able to spend the time and invest the time talking to people, building up the relationship, and getting on a call with them or meeting them face to face. So you need to be selling a high value product that is going to be worth your while to get into a face to face conversation with someone.
Okay. Wow. That's so amazing, Matt. Thank you so much for that. And I know you do have got a free gift, right? Can you tell us a bit about it? Also, I will actually gonna share the link in the comments below. Yeah. Can you share a bit about it?
Yeah, 100%. So, something that I'd like to give the listeners is called the 20-minute profile makeover. And this is actually going to cover some of the top points that I covered there, which is the banner, the pickup line, and the profile picture and what they need to look like, and showing you exactly how to structure that. Mm-hmm. And so it'll take you through that to get your profile set up in the right way. And you can go to www.thevirtualedge.com to go and download that. It's completely free, right? Then afterwards, there is I think it's about a 30-minute or 35-minute training, which will take you even deeper into some of the strategies that we've spoken about today. Right? Now, there's no sales pitch or anything at the end, but if you like what you see, you can then book a call with us to see if we can help you take your business to the next level. And then, of course, if you want to reach out to me, connect with me on LinkedIn, right? I'm there.
Great. Thank you so much, Matt. Today I've learned a lot, and guess what? I'm going to do my profile makeover. I'm literally going there and change it.
Send it to me so I can judge it a little bit.
Great. Yes. Yeah. I'm literally gonna do that right away. So thank you so much, Matt, for sharing your information with us, and thank you so much for actually making this time available for us and for everybody that is literally listening. So please connect with Matt. Any question, you can either inbox me or inbox him, or you can email us on the details that are actually in the description below. So thank you so much, brother, for everything. I can't wait to have the next one showing you what I have done with my LinkedIn.
Good, I hope so, because I've taken a look at it. Your pickup line is not too bad, but you got some other work to do on them when you're ready.
Great. I'm so glad you managed to pronounce it well.
Got it. Hey? I had to say it. I had to put it out there,
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. A lot of people just coming. So thank you so much for everything, brother. Okay.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me on. Really appreciate you bringing me on here. And I hope that everyone got some huge value today.
Great.